Hey guys, and welcome back to the HellfireComms Ghiblithon. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the shorter films in the Ghibli collection, and one that's also a spiritual successor to Whisper of the Heart. This is The Cat Returns. Nothing else to say about this one, really, so we're going to get right on into it. If you need help syncing up our commentary to your copy of the movie, which obviously we can't provide for copyright reasons, check the video description for instructions. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Okie dokie, The Cat Returns. This one I have actually seen. It is rather kawaii, if you will.
Yes, I mean, I would say it's one of those films that's just thoroughly enjoyable. Mm-hmm. It's got a really nice art style. The fact that it's only like 74 minutes long is a godsend because it's got it's a really nice brisk pace, which just keeps it going and does just make it just such a nice watch.
Here we have the Baron, obviously from the dream sequences, I guess, from Whisper of the Heart. He's his own fully fledged character here.
Yes, so obviously you had him as just a little figurine that became part of the story that was being written in Whisper of the Heart, but here he is actually a real thing, which is kind of weird, but it makes sense because The Cat Returns is very much one of those films that starts very normally. We've got a very normal, believable family here, but it's going to go very, very quickly into slightly kooky fantasy realms, and I think that's part of why I do enjoy this film, because it's got that balance between the normality that Ghibli does so well and the fantasy that Ghibli does so well.
Oh, that's torture. Don't even get to do the anime trope of running with a bit of toast in the mouth.
Definitely not, although really she should be, because always have a bit of breakfast before you start your day, because otherwise you're really going to be screwed over.
Yeah, we're actually recording this one pretty early in the day for us, and we've got 3 of the friggers to record today, so yeah, we're recording right down to the wire in terms of the Ghiblithon. In fact, on the day we're recording this, the Ghiblithon actually starts, so we hope you enjoy what's to come, or what's already been.
Nausicaa.
Yes, Nausicaa, what's already been. We're time travelers, don't you know?
We see, this is the joy of doing commentary, in that pretty much, unless you're doing it on the day that the video goes up, you're always doing something that is going to go up in advance, so you're in the future, but everything that you've talked about is in the past, and it's just wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Indeed.
Speaking of which, I am super excited for the Doctor Who Christmas special. Please, for the love of God, let it be good.
So, tell us a little bit about our protag, Haru.
Yes, so Haru is pretty much your everyday female protagonist, who is voiced by the delightful Anne Hathaway.
Oh, nice.
Who obviously has done lots and lots of stuff, being most well known for being Mia Thermopolis in The Princess Diaries, and then being in Devil Wears Prada, being the White Queen in the Alice in Wonderland films with Tim Burton, Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises, Fantine in Les Mis, she was also in Interstellar, The Intern, so on and so forth. I do kind of fascinating that Anne Hathaway seems to have gone through different phases of everyone loved her, then everyone hated her because everyone loved her. I think we've gone back to everyone liking Anne Hathaway, but I'm not quite sure. It's one of those weird things with culture.
That's celebrity worship for you, I suppose.
Yes. But I think that she does a really good job here. I mean, Anne Hathaway's pretty much excellent in most of the stuff she's in, and she does a brilliant job here as well.
Oh, kitty with a present, which is ironic, because a cat is already a gift.
Well, it would be kind of odd if there wasn't a cat of some description in The Cat Returns, so it's quite nice to see one.
Oh, I just want Ghibli to make a complete troll movie where the title has nothing to do with the movie.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think, looking at the films that we've got left, and I mean, I suppose the closest one would be The Wind Rises. It makes sense in terms of the context of the film, because it's all to do with planes, but The Wind Rising actually has nothing to do with the film itself, so I'd say that's probably the closest you get.
I swear, if we get to Howl's Moving Castle and there isn't a castle that moves, Ghiblithon's over. It's done.
There definitely will be a moving castle in Howl's Moving Castle, and it's amazing.
Oh no! Oh, he can't pick it up because he doesn't have opposable thumbs.
And also, he's a cat, so he doesn't exactly understand road safety, but... I mean, really, this should be physically impossible because that guy was going far too quickly, but fantasy film, we should be okay. And also, we can't kill off our main protagonist less than 5 minutes into the film.
I mean, you could. I could have sworn I've seen, anime series that have done that before, but it would be a thing about ghosts again, and we just had Spirited Away.
Yeah, the only way that you can ever get away with killing off your protagonist in, the opening moments of anything is if they're, one, going to be a ghost, or two, you're going to go back in time to show how they've reached that point. Those are your two pretty standard tropes for if you're killing off a protagonist immediately. And also, Tom, the cat is talking.
The cat's talking.
The cat is talking.
The cat's standing on his hind legs.
Talking.
And the weirdest part of all, he has heterochromia for some reason.
Well, it's because he's a fantasy cat, so clearly we need to make him as unique as possible.
He's my OC.
I thought your OC was Retake the Rooster.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's no rule that can't say I can have more than one, is there?
This is true, yes. That you can have as many OCs as you like. That's pretty much what the entirety of the Sonic fandom, or at least that particular subsection of the Sonic fandom, was built on.
Jeez. The fire. The pure brimstone and fury that came with that hot take. Alright, tell us a little bit about the production side of The Cat Returns, mate, please.
So, obviously, in 1995, The Whisper of the Heart came out, based on the manga by Aoi Hiragi.
Uh-huh.
Of a girl writing a fantasy novel, and obviously that featured short fantasy scenes depicting what the girl was writing of the Baron, who was a character in her novel. Those fantasy scenes were so popular that Ghibli wanted to create a sequel. And they wanted to feature the Baron, but then not feature the same cast as Whisper of the Heart, so they created new characters. The film began as The Cat Project in 1999. Ghibli received a request from a Japanese theme park to create a 20-minute short starring cats. Hayao Miyazaki wanted 3 key elements to feature in the short. These were the Baron, Muta, who was the big fat cat in Whisper of the Heart, and a mysterious antique shop. Aoi Hiraga was commissioned to create the manga equivalent of the short, and yes, that cat is so cute. And that manga short was called Baron the Cat Returns, although for some reason the Japanese version of the title, Baron Neko no Danshaku, apparently literally translates to Baron the Cat Baron. I don't know. Either way, the theme park later cancelled the project, but Miyazaki took the existing work done on the Cat Project and used it as a testing ground for future Ghibli directors, meaning that the short was then going to be 45 minutes long. They gave the responsibility of directing that short to Hiroyuki Morita, who had started as an animator at Ghibli in 1999 for My Neighbours the Yamadas. Over a 9-month period, he translated the manga into a 525-page storyboard for what was to be The Cat Returns. Miyazaki and Toshio Suzuki decided to produce a feature-length film based on the storyboards because they liked it so much, particularly Haru, who obviously the main character, because she had a believable feel to her, and that means that The Cat Returns is the second theatrical, third overall Ghibli feature to be directed by someone other than Miyazaki or Takahata.
Oh, that's cool.
Hiroyuki Morita actually hasn't done that much directorial work in the grand scheme of things. He mostly did animation from 1988 on Akira, all the way up to Fullmetal Alchemist: The Sacred Star of Milos, or Milos, I don't know, in 2011. But in terms of directing, The Cat Returns is actually the only film that he has ever directed. He has directed the anime Bokurano Hours in 2007, and he was also the unit director on Tenchi Forever, but that's been it.
Huh.
Which I sort of feel is a little bit unfortunate, because I think that he could have been a really good director, because I think he did a really, really good job with this film. It's thoroughly enjoyable. It's got a great pace to it. But I mean, it might have just been his choice of the directing game wasn't for him, which it's perfectly reasonable. Because, I mean, if you look at, I believe it's Goro Miyazaki, Hayao Miyazaki's son, he was basically, I think, under a lot of pressure to take after his father.
Yeah.
And so he was then given the project of Tales from Earthsea, and we all know how that one ended up. I personally wouldn't say that Tales from Earthsea is a bad film. It's probably a terrible adaptation of the novels, the franchise Tales from Earthsea, but I do find it to be at least somewhat enjoyable. I kind of do see it, as I've said, as the Black Cauldron of Ghibli, because I find it enjoyable, but I can totally see why others would not.
No, I'm gonna go back inside and go back the fuck to bed.
Yes, because this is clearly a dream, because there's just been a cat parade, and the cat is beckoning to us. No. Wake up right now.
I think what I love most about this scene is the bouncer cats, like the black ones with the white ruffs.
Oh yeah, it's just... it's just ridiculous and brilliant. And also, we have the Cat King, and he is voiced by Tim Curry.
Oh,
yes!
Outrageous!
They got some good voices in for this. Obviously, Anne Hathaway. They got Carrie Elwes back for the Baron. Well, this was the first time he played the Baron, and then obviously they brought him back to do the dub of Whisper of the Heart, because obviously they did it the wrong way round. But obviously he's brilliant. In terms of other more famous people, you've got Judy Greer, who is an actress that you would probably recognise more so if you saw her face than her name. But she's Kitty Sanchez in Arrested Development, Ingrid in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Trixie in Californication, and Cheryl Tunt in Archer, as well as being in 13 Going on 30. She's been in the Planet of the Apes reboot series. She was in Ant-Man. She was in Jurassic World.
Richie, remember what we said about reading off all the roles and whatnot? Just a couple will suffice.
I know. And I suppose the other more famous person that I would mention, although she wouldn't have been at that time, was Kristen Bell, who voices Hiromi, who I think is Haru's friend. Obviously, most people these days would recognise Kristen Bell as being the voice of Anna in Frozen.
Oh, right, yeah.
Obviously, she was also Veronica Mars.
Yeah, Veronica Mars.
In that series.
Have you seen that Frozen short? The one that everyone hates because they put it in front of Coco and it's 21 minutes long?
I haven't seen Frozen. I think it's Olaf's Adventure. Or, yeah, Olaf's Frozen Adventure. I haven't seen it yet because it hasn't, hit the UK, but I certainly will be watching it when I get the chance, because I'm all down for a bit of Frozen. I do love it. And they have actually now removed the short from theatres before Coco, I think because there's been such a backlash for it, and I think they either have shown it on American TV or they're going to show it very soon on American TV.
Right.
So, makes sense, and this would be terrifying.
Well, it depends on whether they're attacking you or not. If they're just following you and being all cuddly, that's great, but otherwise, yeah, I don't want cat scratch fever. I don't want it.
No, also, I like cats, largely because my sister's got a cat, and she loves that cat to pieces, and she's quite a cute cat, is Bella. Absolute princess. Very fitting, because her name, before she ended up where she was, with my sister and her boyfriend, was called Princess.
Oh no!
But
no, vermin! Infestation!
Yes, so I do quite like cats, but that would terrify me, having that many cats chasing me, and also this would freak me the hell out as well.
What the fuck happened last night? Well, that was certainly something, yeah.
Presents full of mice and cat hieroglyphics. If this day couldn't get any weirder for Haru, then it's going to get even weirder.
You mustn't let anyone see the cat secrets. They'll become a cat.
It's funny you should mention that.
Yeah, that's like the other big thing people know about the cat returns. I'm not really spoiling anything here.
No, I mean, you basically can see it in the trailers. And also, I'm pretty sure in like some of the posters as well.
So when did you first watch The Cat Returns, mate? When, how should I phrase this? Do you remember liking it the first time around?
Oh, definitely. Like, I remember watching it and just coming away from it just being really happy. I mean, part of that is because it's got a really lovely song in the credits called Kaze ni Naru, which is played on like a ukulele.
No.
And it's just this happy, quirky little song, and it's just delightful, and I would say that follows through into my overall feelings of The Cat Returns. It's just delightful, and also she clearly fancies the hell out of him.
Oh, Anne Hathaway, could you be any more quirky? It was funny, I always get the Princess Diaries and the Princess Bride mixed up for some reason. I don't know why, they're not really the same type of film.
They're really not the same type of film. I think it's because they've both got princess in the title, and they are quite close in that sense.
Yeah.
And both of them are popular cult films, I would say. I think I've made that mistake as well, but either way, this cat.
What type of cat is that? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I am not going to be able to tell you what he is. Like, I like cats, but I'm not going to be able to tell you any species of cat at all.
Well, it's got folded ears. There's a specific type, a breed of cat that has those.
Let's see. Cat with folded ears. Scottish Fold, apparently, is a cat with folded ears.
So who's this sassy cat voiced by? I kind of like him.
I don't know. It's slightly annoying. I don't know whether his name's been given yet. I'm going to see if Google will help with this by if I type in the character name, whether it will give me the character. So I think that's a bird, which is not what I'm wanting. So, okay, so that's who that one is. Judy Greer is a character that we're not going to see for quite a while yet. The gentlemanly cat that we saw last night in the film is Notori, and he is voiced by René Aubergenois.
Oh, Master Fung in Charlene Showdown, I think.
Probably, but also Chef Louis in The Little Mermaid.
Yep.
Who sang Les Poissons. And then he's obviously been in loads of other things as well. So that would, I assume, make this cat Notoru. And I am correct in that. Thank God for Google. And he is voiced by Andy Richter, who is best known for being the sidekick of Conan O'Brien on his shows, and also he's best known for his voice work as being Mort in the Madagascar franchise. And I'm just looking through to see if there's anything else.
If we make a fine Ghibli movie out of that premise, let us go to the Cat Kingdom, because, wow, this movie's like a fifth over already.
I know, it's a really short film. Thank God we're doing this one early in the morning, because otherwise I think I'd just be like, what time is it? By the time we got to like an hour and a half in, it's just like, yeah, no, I need to go back to bed. See ya.
Oh, it's that type of movie. The furry one.
Well, at least Haru is doing the correct response to this of, I don't want to marry a cat, that's not a thing I want to be doing.
I thought she had, like, a permanent blush on her face, but they're more like cat whiskers.
I think they are it is meant to be sort of a permanent blush, but I think then the other thing is that they are sort of meant to look a little cat whiskery, although obviously they're not linked to her nose.
Okay, so we've got cats talking to us and mysterious voices in the sky. Maybe this is just all one big psychotic episode.
I mean, it very well could be. I mean, she might have been hallucinating all those cats, which wouldn't be surprising at this point, because this film is getting weird.
I often talk to myself when on a cat quest journey.
How lucky that sitting down she finds the big fat white cat.
He is fat, holy shit, who overfed that cat?
I don't know, but yeah. This is Muta. And yes, Muta's pretty awesome. And he hasn't necessarily spoken yet, but he's voiced by Peter Boyle. Most well known for being Frank Barone on Everybody Loves Raymond, the comical monster in Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein, and also having a guest starring role on The X-Files. And I think he was also in a thing called Joe. I'm just seeing if there's anything else.
Richie, it's fine, it's good, we know about him.
But yeah, he's pretty awesome in this film.
Parkour, casual edition.
Well, I'd say it's more parkour cat edition, but Haru's definitely doing the casual edition version.
I'm surprised no one's called the police. Isn't this technically trespassing?
Probably yes. But it might just be that nobody's noticed just yet, although a part of me would just be going, who the hell is running on my roof?
Honey, it's the cat girl again. Really?
Yeah. It's Catwoman, literally.
Sure, why not? That's it. Ghiblithon done. Bye. Scenery seems to be changing already.
Yes, we've gone from very standard Japanese city to an actually very European fantasy town type aesthetic. And I am totally down for that, because I always love a bit of a European city town look. Although this place is tiny.
Well, I mean, it would have to be. It's scaled for cats, Rich.
This is true, but Haru don't know that.
She don't know shit right now. What a bizarre sight. Out of everything we've seen, just a cat reading a newspaper.
Well, I mean, clearly he gets bored, so the paper is the standard thing to read.
So is the Baron still a statue at this point?
Don't really know. I think it's something to do with time. I think. I'm really not sure. But obviously we had to give the Baron a spectacular entrance.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was.
Yes, everyone was impressed by the cheesy light show. Just makes it all the more magical.
Here he is! It's him!
Ah, you know, it would not surprise me. This is going to sound super awkward, but it would not surprise me if some people had their sexual awakening, so to speak, with the Baron. I know that some people had it with, like, Nala from The Lion King, because obviously, I think it was actually Eddie Redmayne who said that.
Jesus. He was perfect to play Newt Scamander, let's put it that way.
Yeah, the Baron is just delightful. And, yes, the bird is a thing, and the bird is called Toto. Because obviously Wizard of Oz, but Toto is voiced by Elliot Gould, who is most well known for his significant leading roles in Robert Altman films MASH, The Long Goodbye and California Split. He was also Jack Geller in Friends, Ruben Tishkov in the Oceans trilogy, and Ezra Goldman in Ray Donovan. I'm just going to see if there's anything else that...
Richie,
we might...
I shouldn't have to tell you more than 3 times during the course of a commentary, mate.
Well, thankfully, I think this is sort of our last voice actor that I need to do that. Oh, he was Mr. Don Stoppable in Kim Possible.
Huh.
Nice.
Oh, Ronstadt, of course. So, obviously, Cary Elwes is reprising his role as the Baron from Whisper of the Heart, or actually, other way around. Yeah.
Other way round. He reprised his role in Whisper of the Heart. You see, this is the whole weird timey-wimey stuff of doing things the wrong way round. It's sort of like doing the Hobbit films after you've done Lord of the Rings.
Ew.
Yeah, but obviously it's not that bad because this is a spiritual sequel rather than... and then you went back and did a dub for the original rather than, you know, making the whole new series of films and trying to make them exactly like the original films, even though the book that you're dealing with isn't like the original books. And, well, isn't like the books that were actually the sequels. So, yeah, it just ends up being a mess.
I guess you could have, like, built a bigger house in preparation for me.
Could have done. You know, could have also made it bigger on the inside. I mean, he's the Baron. Surely he has a TARDIS.
Huh, obviously. You know there's got to be an AU somewhere where he is the Doctor, because you know.
I would be totally fine with that, actually. I mean, it would certainly be a pretty awesome, like, comic or manga or whatever. Certainly better than that certain particular one that has done the rounds on the internet as of late.
Hang on. Scanning the brain. It's the Zootopia one, isn't it?
It's the Zootopia one.
Why?
Oh my god.
Why would you make a fucking pro-life comic and use Zootopia as the topic? You know what? Whatever. Let's just watch Muta and the Baron yuck it up. I gotta take my mind off things.
Definitely. We should sit down for a nice cup of tea, I think.
Well, Muta, that's a very good point, but also kidnapping is against human laws. I know cats are assholes and they don't obey the laws of other species, but I don't know where I was going with this. Was that a picture of the Baroness on the wall?
It might very well have been, yes, because obviously the Baron is pretty much what we saw in those fantasy scenes in Whisper of the Heart. So he has that love for the Baroness that he will unfortunately never see again.
Is it even possible for her to go home at this point? Is there like a magical contract stopping her?
No, she can certainly go home. It's just that she's come here because, she's terrified of getting kidnapped by the crazy cats.
Oh.
But the thing is that I'm sure she's going to take one foot out of this place, and the crazy cats are going to come and try and kidnap her because, you see, we've got to keep this film going along, and we're about halfway through already, so... But we've had the cat return, so we've had the important bit happen already, so that's good.
Well, for what? You didn't do anything, Muta. You led her here and then complained a lot. Yes, that's exactly what we're saying.
Yes!
Oh, let's just play with that stereotype, why not?
Well, he's a fat cat, and as we all know, any cats that are fat do love to eat. I mean, my sister's cat loves eating, and she's ended up to be quite fat. She's losing weight, which is good.
That's good.
But because what was happening, it basically boils down to when she left her old home, she ended up sleeping in a shed and didn't really manage to get that much food. And then my sister's boyfriend found her and just gave her some food, and she ended up staying. And I think because of that, she takes food wherever she gets it. So she'd eat all the food that he gave her, she'd eat the food from the next door neighbours, and even when she was staying with my sister's boyfriend, she would like double dip on dinner, because the neighbours would give her treats, my sister and her boyfriend would give her treats, and yeah, she just got fat. But thankfully she's losing weight now, and unfortunately we're not allowed to have tea because the cats are going to kidnap Haru.
Jesus, okay, I like cats. I don't think I'd like to be whisked away to a magical kingdom, never to return by a fucking flood of them.
Yes, I definitely would not like that to happen.
This is a very cute movie.
It is.
This fucking
guy.
No,
she doesn't want to marry a cat.
But yeah, my cats, I've technically got 5 of them, because of course I do. 3 of them are usually around the house at any given time. There's Cinder, a big old fat cat. There's Domino, black and white one, who's a bit of a bully. Spooky, who was the last of his particular litter, hence the name. The rest of them sadly passed away as kittens. He is very skittish. He will not stay indoors, and if he is, he usually tries to get out through the window, which is why we leave him outside a lot. He's fine. He's well fed and watered. Don't worry about it. And the other 2 who I barely see nowadays are Smokey, Cinder's brother, who has become very skittish and won't even come near us most of the time, and George, a black cat, who I don't really see all that often, but I know he's looked after on the street.
Good.
There's a lot of cats on my street, so they're usually fed at one point or another.
I mean, where my sister's living now, there were just loads of cats. Like, both the next door neighbours have got cats. And they sort of congregate in their back garden. It's hilarious.
So I thought we were in the kingdom of the cats. I guess not. That's just the Baron's home.
Yeah, it's just the Baron's home. Just a nice, lovely place. But obviously, they are now taking her to the cat kingdom. Travelling through portals because, of course.
I think the Baron could have dropped the ring into Mount Doom. Like, you may not be able to use eagles, but you can use a crow, alright?
I mean, to be fair, let's just let the Baron do everything, because he's clearly incredibly capable and incredibly charming, and we just love him.
Did you drop us into Silent Hill? What's going on?
Yes, they did.
Oh no. Please don't tell me. I became a furry!
No, she hasn't become a furry just yet. Though I'm sure in time it may occur.
That's a fucking Nintendo Switch box art cover, that is. Have you noticed? Like, every single one has someone, like, looking out from the top of a hill.
I have to say, it is a trope that I do actually quite like. I feel that it needs to continue. All Switch games need art of someone looking out over a vista, because one, it's always an excellent shot, and two, it would just be a nice, fun, random thing to be consistent over.
Yeah.
A sort of unspoken thing of all developers going, yeah, I know exactly what we're going to put as our art for this.
So I guess this is the Cat Shire? Aww. Huh. That cat with the bow seems familiar. Like, I've seen her in another film.
You probably actually haven't. It's probably just the fact that she's a white cat and might be reminding you of either... Is it Lady? No, it wouldn't be Lady. The Duchess in Aristocats, but also maybe the daughter in the Aristocats. What's she called? Marie.
Ladies don't start fights, but they can finish them.
Yes. But yes, this is Yuki, and she is the one who is voiced by Judy Greer.
That's a hell of a way to treat an honoured guest. Aren't I like a foreign dignitary at this point?
Yeah, but then also, they're still kidnapped us, so we're sort of their prisoner.
Well, again, to re-clarify, cats don't give a fuck.
I mean, this is why I absolutely love the credits for Inside Out.
Uh-huh.
Because there's a whole thing with Inside Out of going inside people's heads, and in the credits you get to see inside the heads of certain animals, and it's just hilarious.
Oh, the one with the cats, yeah, that's great.
The one with the cats.
I love Inside Out so much.
I know, it's such a good film.
Oh, Muta, what do you like?
It's kind of funny that, obviously, in Whisper of the Heart, Muta was just a fat cat who, in the story, ended up being the villain, but here he's the comic relief, which just works so well, I feel.
Oh yeah, he was! I completely forgot about that.
I don't know where the information is, but I'm pretty sure that Muta is just based off of a fat cat that used to hang around the Ghibli studios, but...
Yes, yeah.
Or someone in the Ghibli studios, but I would not be able to find that for you anywhere.
Fuck? This is some goddamn Ganon's Tower bullshit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I didn't need that tone with those combination of words, thank you very much.
No, you see, this is the delight of Tim Curry. He has one of those voices that is awesome, but pretty much always sounds sexual. It works brilliantly in things like The Rocky Horror Show and so on and so forth. Other places, yeah, it just sounds incredibly creepy, which means that here it definitely works because the Cat King is meant to be like the creepiest sod ever.
There will be none left when you come back. Like, the whole side of the tower with the cakes and whatnot is gone.
I'm not quite sure why Haru is so okay with getting new clothes out of this. It's just like, you've still been kidnapped, and I know this place is kind of amazing, but, shouldn't you be wanting to get home because you're going to get married to a cat?
Well, you know, wedding cat Rome, just have fun, I guess. Tim Curry's American accent needs work.
But it's fine because it's Tim Curry, and we all love Tim Curry.
Cat cake with, like, glacé cherries and lemon. Not a fan.
No, but he's a cat, so of course he's going to love it. It probably has a bit of catnip in there as well, so he really can't refuse it.
Maybe that will be, though. This whole thing seems a bit of a shit show, if I'm honest. Where's the paperwork? No, nothing was signed.
Yeah. And also, there's no ring, so she's definitely not said, yes, I want to marry said cat. But also, yeah, that there's no paperwork to prove this, and all she did was, speak to that cat with heterochromia who was probably the prince once, and also, oh my god, she's now turning into a cat. Tom, was that you turning into a furry?
No, that was me saying adorable at the highest pitch and register I can muster.
Okay. Tom, that means that you're turning into a fairy.
Oh, it's cute.
I mean, yes. This, however, is not cute.
God! I thought he fucking died for a second there.
Well, he's certainly not going to be doing much right now, and Haru pretty much is certain he's dead.
What the fuck is going on in this film?
I don't know, but I love it.
Yeah. Oh, she's a maid, okay.
Yes, but clearly she's not happy about this arrangement right now. What would give you that idea, Tim Curry? Is it the crying? Is it the not being able to do anything other than cry?
Yeah. Okay. Just a whole conglomerate of stereotypes, it's fine. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna be crying my eyes out over
it. Pretty much, yeah. You know what's really annoying? Sometimes with the stereotypes is that sometimes they're stereotypes because they are correct stereotypes. I mean, like, particularly Egyptian cats. Obviously, they were particularly revered during that time in Egypt when that was a thing, so it makes sense, but obviously it is, look at it and just go, oh, that's a stereotype.
Holy fuck, the secret police just threw him out the goddamn window.
Yeah, this is certainly a strange type of monarchy. Well, it's more medieval monarchy of, haha, you pissed me off. Off with your head.
I feel like I'm watching Alice in Wonderland right now.
Well, I mean, it's not surprising. This is very much an Alice in Wonderland Wizard of Oz style story, if you ask me. It's those with, yeah, you're gonna marry a cat.
What the fuck?
Well, I mean, it's fine. Cats always land on their feet.
Well, we'll see.
I say that, and one of my cousin's cats Yeah, they used to live in a terraced house, and she fell out the window of like the third floor. She was fine, but yeah, she she never really went to heights after that. Heights terrified her, as you'd expect, because I don't think she was quite expecting to fall from such a height.
Ah. Ah! Meowsy dancer, what the hell? Why does the Baron have thumbs?
Um, because he's the Baron, as I said, he's probably a Time Lord.
Hmm. So this is going to be the whole conflict for the movie. Like, she's turning into a cat, or is already a cat, and is trapped in a marriage, essentially.
Pretty much, the conflict of the movie is yes, she has been earmarked to be wed to the prince, and obviously she don't want to be wed to the prince, so she wants to get out of this, but obviously she's turning into a cat, and is probably gonna potentially get trapped here forever, despite the fact that it's not in her wishes and she has not consented whatsoever. That said, if she was going to be able to marry any cat, it would probably be the Baron.
Yeah.
I mean, they're having their Beauty and the Beast moment, so clearly.
Oh yeah, very true, very true. Where's the prince at this moment in time? I didn't see him at the table.
The prince is away right now.
Hmm.
To be honest, had the prince been here, this probably would not be occurring right now.
Oh, I think he knows who that is. So is the Baron an enemy of the state or something?
Honestly, not quite sure, but probably partially.
Ah, it is time to dramatically reveal myself. Ah.
You see, everybody loves the Baron because he is that type of just incredibly charming gentleman that everyone falls in love with.
Fucking Mooter cries. Well, technically they're not married yet, so... Fuck off, Creepazoid.
I've been there with ushering. Thankfully, I never had to actually do any evacuations, but certainly had the training quite frequently.
Well, you didn't, and now you're on a magical adventure. Huh? Is that built into the table?
Looks like it is. How did nobody know that that was there? Or did they know that it was there and then they just decided, yeah, let's just keep that there so people can escape should they need to?
Hmm.
And if so, why wasn't the king ushered through that if that's your escape route?
I'm sorry, but Cat Haru is fucking adorable.
I mean, yes, Cat Haru is adorable, but that's sort of entirely the point.
Ah, we have an escape route, Rich. Which must mean we're heading into the final... Oh my god, it's a labyrinth.
I mean, the logical thing here to do would be to, jump up on the walls and run that way, but whether they're going to do that's a different kettle of fish.
That's what you did for that one shrine, wasn't it?
I don't know, it might have been.
I did that one yesterday. I'm pretty deep into Breath of the Wild now.
How many shrines have you done?
About 43 or so.
Nice, I did 60 in total. I was pretty much get half of the shrines done, and then I think that'll be time to call it quits. Otherwise I'll be here forever, because Breath of the Wild is that type of game.
And do the rest in like post-game and whatnot?
Well, do the rest at some point when I decide, I want to play a bit of Breath of the Wild again.
Yeah, well, there is the Champions ballad to consider.
There is, but it's probably not going to happen, because I have a backlog that I need to go through.
Weak and pathetic.
Hey, and also I want to play new games, because, Bayonetta 3's coming out, for God's sake!
Yes, bless you, Dorito Pope, bless you.
Just... Oh, when I saw that news, it was just like, this is the best day ever! And also Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 for the Switch. It's just like, yes! So I can pretty much confirm that the Bayonetta playthrough that will be occurring on HellfireComms, because it's going to happen, is going to be the Switch version, because of course it's going to be the Switch version, because oh my god!
Oh, are you recording that?
Oh, hell yes!
Sure, cool, I'm fine with it.
I'm just waiting for the day when I get my wonderful 101 Switch version, because that'll just make my day even better.
Oh, Muta.
But Muta does have the right idea. Go along the top, and then it's just a very easy route to the end.
How are these cats holding their weapons, though? I need to know this.
Yeah, I don't know. Clearly they have weapons that work with no opposable thumbs. Although, from the looks of things, they sort of do have opposable thumbs. It's just they sort of appear whenever they need to hold anything.
That's not like an enhanced cane or a cane with a hidden blade. It's just a fucking regular one cane. He's Leighton, for God's sake.
And that is why he is a badass gentleman.
I will ask this again. I think Discord was coming out when I did the first time. But do you want to do a comm on Labyrinth at some point?
I would certainly be down for it. It's been a very long time since I've watched Labyrinth. I really don't remember much of it other than, dance, magic, dance, magic, dance, and also the bulge. Yeah, that's about all I remember of Labyrinth and things I've seen since.
That wall is very obviously different from the rest of the animation, so I would imagine it's going to move soon.
I would think so, yes.
Oh my god. It's very fucking Labyrinth-esque right now. Oh, just regular ass cats moving the walls, not even the guards, that's great. Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, how stupid do you have to be? Why would you set yourselves up like dominoes?
Seriously, at least rearrange it so it's not so easily beaten. Oh well, I guess this is a 75-minute movie, we've got to cut to the chase.
Pretty much, and I think that Notori said exactly what I said, so clearly great minds think alike.
No, I will carry you, being the best character in existence.
Exactly. Don't worry, this is what a gentleman does when he's trying to help a lady escape.
Shit, I think I'm falling for him.
I think pretty much everybody does.
Why does the king care so much? I just realised that.
Because he does?
Oh. Well, I guess that solves that problem.
Pretty much, yeah.
Shoddy tower work, what can I say? That was a very Tim Curry-esque exclamation. Oh, the Crazy King doing his Crazy King Fang and blowing up the tower. Is that meant to be like a scratching post at the top?
I think it probably is, yes. And also, it's a miracle that they survived this.
So how are they going to get out now?
Honestly, I do not know. Hopefully we have some sort of Deus Ex Machina to come in and save the day.
I think you mean Deus Cat Machina.
Well, actually, just give me a second. It would be Catus Ex Machina, actually.
Okay, I just got told in Latin.
Deus Ex Machina is... I think it's God of the Machine. So, the Deus is God, so it would be Catus, which is cat in Latin.
Huh.
You see, as I said, hopefully we could have a Catus Ex Machina, and the day will be saved. Because look who it is, it's the Prince! I'm pretty sure the Prince is the only one who I haven't said who he is. He is Andrew Bevis, who is mostly a theatre actor, who has played like Brad in the Rocky Horror Show, and yeah, he's mostly done theatre work, but it works brilliantly for this, I feel. Aww.
Oh, it was the present at the start of the movie! Oh!
Yep, that's what he went to get.
And it's the goldfish that... Oh! She's the kid at the start of the movie!
Yep.
I guessed that just before it happened. I actually forgot all about that.
It's just so cute and lovely!
Oh, thank God for that. Oh, let's go home. Roll credits.
Although we've still got a little bit longer to go, but it is pretty much all denouement, and it's just lovely.
Let me go home.
Pretty much, and also make sure that I'm stopped turning into a cat.
Oh, jeez. What?
No. Yes, Haru! Stand up against him!
Oh, this movie is silly and I like it.
It is just that perfect vein of silly but sincere, and it just manages to pull everything it does off with aplomb.
Oh, wow. He is legend!
Yes, so actually, he was a bit of a villain, as seen in Whisper of the Heart, but obviously he's become just a nice notorious criminal who's just a bit of an asshole. And basically the reason he's a criminal is just because he devoured a whole lake of fish in one session, because clearly he was hungry. I mean, I still don't know quite how we're going to get to the exit, considering, it's top of the tower, but the top of the tower doesn't quite lead to the exit in the sky, but
Going the fast way. Whee! Oh, landed on the feet.
As I said, cats always land on their feet. And now, yeah, she's gonna run like there is no tomorrow.
Jesus, man. He's a fucking terror.
Yes, pretty much he has lost his mind, but then pretty much every character voiced by Tim Curry does.
Just a Tim Curry-ism at this point. I didn't catch a word of that.
I didn't catch a word of that either. I think it was something like, fight like a cat, you something. It was probably some sort of cat insult.
Slowly wearing off.
But also, she's just getting knackered. It's just like, just get to the top, Duck. There's no time to worry about these sorts of things.
Oh, shit.
I'm not quite sure where the Cat King got that other sword from, but hey, we've got a sword fight. I'm down for this.
I'm pretty sure he was carrying two. He's so dope, the Baron.
So dope. Oh, okay, this makes sense. The exit is literally just jumping up through the top of the tower. You don't have to get to the top of the sky.
Okay.
You're kind of in the sky right now, Doc.
Jesus. Ooh, interesting. Magic is Very tricksy to deal with, especially cat magic, because cats can be spiteful little fuckers.
Indeed, they can. Well, you see, this is why in this instance, Haru, you lean forward and try to land over the top of the chimney thingy, rather than, letting yourself fall backwards.
Well, dude, you gotta factor in wind as well.
I mean, that is true, but you can, try and get yourself down and grab onto the damn thing, but yeah, we're gonna fall right now.
Whee! Oh, spirited away!
Pretty much. Also, I have the feeling that right now we could really very much do with something that can fly. Be very helpful. Are you ready for Avum Ex Machina?
Yep, bring in the crow. This is pretty cool for a finale, I'm not gonna lie.
I think if anybody looked up at the sky right now, they'd just think, what the hell is going on there?
Is that a girl falling with a cat? Falling with another cat who's wearing a tuxedo?
And also, oh my god, is that a spiral of birds? Going to kill somebody.
It's cool, just ride us down.
I think that this must be where Square Enix got the idea for the Shadow Swarm sliding that we've seen in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers.
Bit clunky, I'll allow it, it's the end of the movie.
And also, this is just a delightful end to a delightful film.
Really? You think it's safe to put her down in such a densely populated place?
Well, clearly everybody is blind because they didn't see the massive cat swarm, so they're not going to see the massive crow swarm either, it seems.
Aw. Together in retirement. I mean, he was crazy, was the king, but at least he knows when to fold him.
It seems that maybe his madness has receded somewhat, along with, obviously, most of his hair being cut off.
But tish. Whispers from the heart, if you will.
Pretty much, and also he's just like, I appreciate that, but you know that it's not possible, thank you, Duck, because obviously you're a human and I'm a very tiny cat.
The cat returned because the person he saved was a fucking furry and he is afraid.
Pretty much, yes.
So I guess we're at the end now, Rich, so the cat returns, mate.
Yeah, it's just a really cute, enjoyable, delightful film that's got a really cracking pace, just a really fun story, wonderful design, brilliant characters, and one that I could very happily just watch over and over again. So actually, I'd say probably an A, actually. It's just that enjoyable to me.
For me, I like the characters. Pacing's great. I don't think it's got much meat or substance to it.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to give it... I'm going to give it a B-.
Fair enough.
It's not high enough for me to give it an A. I think you're just a very sentimental kind of guy, and this ticked all the right boxes for you.
Pretty much, yes. And also, if I enjoy anything, then hell yeah, I'm going to go for it. Oh, I just realised we never said who Haru's mother is voiced by. And just to quickly get that in, it's Christine Sutherland, who's most well known for being Joyce Summers, aka Buffy's mother in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, she cut her hair short?
Yep. She's much more confident and in control of her life now.
And not a cat, which always helps.
Yeah.
Alright, good stuff. So I wonder if the cat will return again. That would, kind of cool. We're getting a fair share of returns in the movie so far.
Yeah, I don't think we are going to have the cat return, but we are going to have Haru just being more delightful, and also we're going to get that really, really beautiful Kaze ni Naru, which is it's a delightful little tune that I absolutely love. And here it comes. Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, Muta. You are the real MVC of this movie. Most valuable cat. And I guess on that note, that brings us to the end of The Cat Returns, guys. So thanks for listening to our commentary. We'll see you tomorrow for one of Richie's favourite films, Hal's Moving Castle. See you then.
Yay!